be.
Istanbul, Turkey, 2015. The 13th year of the annual Pride Parade started as a peaceful demonstration of LGBTIQ plus happiness, and without warning turned into a violent protest. The Turkish police started forcing the crowd out of the iconic Taksim Square without warning. Rallies turned into riots, and many people were shot with rubber bullets, sprayed with high-pressured water, or drenched in tear gas. Gone was the celebration. Gone was the inclusivity and acceptance.
We wanted to walk in the street today, but the policemen, Turkish policemen, so fascist because of government. Their mentality, there is something different, and they always block it. Every year we are walking. There is no problem. Today also there will be any problem, but they made it. They made the problem.
I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown a mind. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me.
Discrimination and violence towards homosexual people comes from us individuals before any government.
Why does society still propagate, perpetuate, promote, encourage violence against gays, lesbians, transgenders? Why do we still have an issue where corrective rape is still happening in our communities, where men believe that in order to correct a woman who is a lesbian, we need to violate her and rape her? And same goes for anybody who comes out and says they're gay. And same goes for anybody who identifies themselves as a male when they were female or as a female when they were male. Why do we have this problem in society?
Hostility towards homosexual and transgender people stems from our culture. Our religion, and our economic setting. We know where the problems lie, so it is up to us to fix it. As individuals, it's often quite challenging to know where we fit into changing such a big problem. Financial service provider and LGBTQ activist Richard Bevan shares some of the things we can do in our own lives to change homophobic discrimination.
We had do. So is this fixable? It's changeable, it really is, and a few simple things can help. If you've never met a gay person, go and talk to one. You know what? They're quite nice to talk to, and listen. And we use something called reverse mentoring. You know, if you're senior, go and find someone that's not like you, that is in the organisation, and listen. Not for you to tell them, for you to listen to their story and who they are, because it might feel a bit uncomfortable, but trust me, that works brilliantly well. And I have seen people completely transform. Their mind is open. They realise they're just like everyone else. Being a straight ally, I know that word gets used a lot now, really matters. Stand up and be counted and say that you are a supporter of the LGBT plus community. Just do it. And you know what? People won't think worse for you, they will think a lot more of you, because it's even more powerful if a straight ally talks about being inclusive and being welcoming of all forms of diversity, that works really well.
Run for your life, save your family, 'cause we are everywhere.
Access Chapter 2 works to protect and promote the human rights of LGBTQI+ people, women and girls in South Africa. The organization seeks to uphold South Africa's Bill of Rights found in Chapter 2 of this country's constitution, which guarantees civil, political and socio-economic rights for all. Action Chapter 2's vision and mission is built from a women and LGBTI-centered approach and seeks to ensure civil society sectors substantiative participation in civil, political and socio-economic rights as enshrined in the Bill of Rights. Out South Africa is the country's second oldest LGBT organization that provides stigma-free HIV, sexual health and other services to gay and bisexual people. They also work to eradicate LGBTQ+ hate crimes and discrimination while assisting and supporting victims.
I cannot live my life in isolation. I choose to speak out. I choose to voice out. I choose to claim my space. It's not easy. It's not easy. I've been threatened. Everywhere I go with my partner, it's always an issue. I don't feel safe in my streets because I've already gotten threats from different guys who threaten that I need to be corrected. How can I be a woman who also dates women? So where I live, it's not a safe space because
clinics are a place of hell. Police stations are not safe. Whether you're gay, whether you're heterosexual, the mere fact you're a woman is still an issue. If you look at in our country, we have transgender people who some of them have been violated, where their rights have been violated. Clinics are not catered for LGBTIs. We are not part of their structure. One, we are not part of their programs. So those structures are just made for heterosexual people, you know. So for you, if you go to a nurse and say you want to plan a family, you pick up a joke and you end up being in that little box, you know, because one, you cannot say something back because you fear that you won't be able to get that access. Being part of had made us to be more empowered. We didn't have access to work with to raise awareness in schools. Apparently now we are able to do that, you know, to kind of work with teachers and school, be able to draft a new school code of conduct that will allow learners who are LGBTI to be able to access at school without being victimized. And even clinics, you know, for example, polyclinic, we have a good relationship because we're working with our polyclinic closely now, and we're also working with Love Life. The three of us are kind of coming up with a new program that will kind of assist LGBTIs. Ra has created a safe space for LGBTI, but it also kind of educated a lot of people, because you can be lesbian, but there are certain things that you don't understand about you as being LGBTI, your rights, you know. We're doing a lot of things, you know, and a lot of LGBTIs are coming out of the closet, like, I do not live in fear anymore, because there are people who are fighting for us, you know. Me being gay is not a problem.
Oh, what a feeling.
We need your help. I am appealing to the United Nations to stand with South Africa in our fight against homophobia. We will need 150,000 Rand to ensure these organizations can continue their work and keep helping LGBTIQ+ people. Now is the time for us to take a stand against discrimination and violence based on sexual orientation. We must unite as countries and aid each other in the struggle.
There's beauty in our unity we found. I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now. Hands up for your colors.
50 years ago, a small disturbance in Christopher Street in Greenwich Village in New York gave birth to a movement which led to this. This is the Pride in London Parade 2019.
Hands up for your colors. Represent your country. Raise your flag. Show your true colors.